Hey guys, Nicole Vargas here. I am the digital learning coach at Spring High School, and I am going to show you how Autocrat works and how you can use it for your needs. So the first thing you're going to need to know is that Autocrat is just a Google extension or add-on that you can add to your Google account. Here in our district, I have already begged that they add it on for teachers. So if you click on add-ons while you're in a spreadsheet, it should already be there. If not, you just go to get add-ons and add Autocrat. It's spelled like this. And then that way, no matter where you log in, it should be there in your available add-ons. So before we get to that, what I want to show you is the two things that you'll need, as well as explain what Autocrat is. So basically, when you have to send out a large amount of emails that have individualized information on them, such as like a testing room, assignment, or in this case, I made up a scenario of a potluck where I want to let people know what they are assigned to bring. And so what I want is to have headers on each of my columns, and I'm going to merge those into a template. So as you can see, I need this spreadsheet to contain the information that my individuals need to receive, as well as their email address. And so what I want to do is create a template in Google Docs of the actual content I want these people to receive. So this is going to be the Google Doc they end up receiving. You'll see here that I have the word name, I have the word dish, and I have the word room surrounded in these carets. So on your keyboard, if you look to the left of your question mark, you'll see these open and close carets. So you'll just want to put 2 carets in the front and 2 carets in the back. And that is going to trigger the system to grab it from the spreadsheet and merge that information into this template. And you'll see what that looks like in just a minute. Another thing is you'll see I added some GIFs down here. That's just for fun. There's really no reason for it other than getting, their attention. A lot of times we send these to students, so we just want to make sure they're reading the content. In this case, let's say I'm talking about a potluck. So if I just go to my Jiffy extension and I find one that I like, I'm just going to drag it here, and then it'll be in the email that they receive. So it's just something kind of fun and draws attraction or draws their attention to your email. So now what I need to do, I have my template and I have my spreadsheet. Now I need to run Autocrat. So from the spreadsheet, I'm going to click Add-ons, Autocrat Launch. And then that's going to bring up this bar over here where I'll click New Merge Job. Give that a second. And then because I've already created the template, I'll click Drive. And I'm going to type in specialist assignments and see if I can find it. There it is. So I'll hit select. Let it load. I'm going to name the merge job. I will call it Spring Potluck. Okay. Now from here, you're going to make sure that the merged information is correct. So if you have a spreadsheet with multiple sheets or tabs at the bottom, you'll want to make sure you're on the correct sheet. So in this case, it's sheet 1. Now the tag, you see what these carets are, that I have, these are name, dish, and room, has to match with the sheet header. Now, if it doesn't match, of course, you could just select it, but of course it's easy just to make sure that name is name, dish is dish, room is room. Just to make sure that your information merges properly. It can be case sensitive, so I always just make sure that there's no spaces. I capitalize the title. If I capitalize it in the spreadsheet, it needs to be capitalized on the template, just to make sure that this matches up correctly. Then I'll save, and I'm going to give it a name for what it does is it kicks back so that you can file it. So again, I'll just call it Spring Potluck. And now here you can change the type of file. So if you want to send a PDF, you can send a PDF, or you can send a Google Doc. Now, this part is the part that's going to email it. So you want to check this off. And what's most important is that you want to enter 2 carats and then email address, exactly how I have it written in the column on my spreadsheet. I'll give my email a name so that when they receive the email, they will get that subject line. And then down here, you see I can send it as a view only Google Doc, which is what I want to do in this case, because clearly I don't want them to change the information. However, if you're sending this to parents, you'll want to click publicly viewable by link Google Doc, because if a parent does not have a Google or Gmail account, then they're not going to be able to access a Google Doc if you don't choose this option, which is a link. So for this case, we'll do a view only Google Doc because I know everyone I'm sending this to has a Gmail. I'll click save. Wait a minute for the settings to save. We're almost done. And now this bar pops up. Our job is going to be right here. And then you'll see all these columns were added. So if I click Spring Potluck, right before I run it, I want to hit preview and make sure that everyone's letter is as it's supposed to be. So I want to make sure that this first student on my list, his name is Don. He should be assigned to paper plates. And that's exactly what this email reads as. It also tells him the correct room. So I know that everything is good to go. I can hit next if I'm unsure. And I can go through each of these letters if I want to, but by the second one, of course, I know that this worked the way it's supposed to work. So now what I can do is exit out of the preview, and I'm just going to run the merge, and that's just this blue button right here. And what's cool is you'll be able to see live time as they're getting their emails. You're going to see information start to populate in this column. You'll see 0 have been merged. There's 6 total possible. So this first person has just received their email. Now the second. This also gives you an idea of how long it takes. So obviously when you're sending this to 2,000 plus students, it's going to take some time. Something also to note is that for me personally, I cannot send more than 1,000 emails in a 24-hour period. So if you're sending this to your entire student body, it may be something that you need to have broken up either into several days or you and another person, etc. So you see my job is complete. I'll hit OK. And the last thing you want to do is just make sure right here. So if I click this link, it'll give me a link to the actual document that they got, so I can see what that looked like. And then over here where it says doc created, I want to look and make sure right here that it says email sent. If it says email failed, you may have had a typo in the email or something like that. So just make sure that this email sent message comes up, and that's how you'll know that you did it the right way. So hope that helps, and this should save you a lot of time. All right.